What's up, guys? Welcome to today's video. It's good to be back in the Turbo S. You know, I feel like I went through a kind of like an emotional roller coaster because I got this thing, I was so excited, and then instantly realized it was broken and like really didn't let myself enjoy it. And now I'm just starting to figure out how awesome this car really is. By a lot of people, it's considered one of the best sports cars in the market right now, and I'm starting to understand why, even though I haven't even gotten on any back roads yet. Like, it's still a fantastic car, and sound system still gets me every time. I think I said something in the last video along the lines of like, I'm gonna drive a stock for a while, just, you know, make sure there's no issues. Well, already, like, within 24 hours, I'm like, need to put exhaust on. I've had an exhaust sitting in the box since before I even got the car, and I think this weekend, I'm just gonna do it. I really wanna do it, maybe even in this video. I think I'm gonna start tinkering with it and install some other little things. I'm just excited. It's been a busy day, but it's gonna be a good one. Before we jump into the day, I wanted to take a step aside and thank today's sponsor of this video, Omaze. And this time, you guys have the chance to win what I understand is pretty rare, a 2021 Corvette Stingray. I guess all the models are pretty much sold out at this point. And they've got a pretty cool spec that's white, black interior, carbon roof, where you guys can just donate $10 and be entered for a chance to win. When you guys donate, your funds are gonna be helping a foundation called the 500 Festival Foundation. Their mission is to produce life-enriching events and programs, fostering a positive impact on the city of Indianapolis and the state of Indiana. Your generosity can help the foundation advance its youth programs and incentives to provide access to underserved communities. In addition to the Stingray, if you enter before June 22nd, there is also a special early bird prize that's a VIP experience for you and a friend to go to the Indy 500. For your chance to win the C8 Corvette Stingray, just go to omaze.com/AdamLZ for your chance to win. And the best part is every donation goes to support the work of the 500 Festival. So hurry up, omaze.com/AdamLZ, go there, donate, and good luck. Thank you, Omaze, for sponsoring this video. Still don't know how I feel about the fake ghost key that's not actually a key, but I like that there's still something to turn in this thing.
She definitely likes the bugs.
I actually wasn't planning this, but today we're gonna cut into the Turbo S.
He cannot put that knife down.
So I was messaging the company that I got the exhaust from, and this whole time I was expecting that I was gonna have to take the rear bumper off, because that's like kind of standard procedure on the GT3 in order to get access to everything. Maybe it's because of the rear diffuser, not the front.
No, I saw you do that.
But the problem with this is to get the rear bumper off, you have to pull this whole deck lid out to get to the top of the taillights, to pull the taillights out, to pull the bumper off, and I've just been putting it off because I hate taking apart new cars. But found out today I can leave the wheels on and I can leave the bumper on, and it should only take about an hour.
Air quotes.
Yeah, air quotes. So I'm gonna tear into it today, and it's gonna make this car so much more exciting and fun to drive, and maybe we'll actually film clips with it when it doesn't sound like a vacuum cleaner. So we'll do a before sound test so you guys can hear what I mean by it being a vacuum cleaner, and then we'll throw it on the lift, let it cool down for an hour or two, eat some wings, and then we'll tear into her. Semi-warm start. Exhaust valve opening. It's louder. It's hard to tell. Such an exciting Dyson. I gotta figure out how to turn the battery off so I don't get chicken includes. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to swing that left lever. You know when an exhaust is light enough that I can carry it with one hand, walk upstairs and do an unboxing video upstairs. Then we're gonna be around with some titanium. Why are we doing it up here, you might ask? AC's cool, and there's no one else up here, so we've got it all to ourselves. Eventually, we'll use this area kind of as like a studio. Man, those vents are howling. It's because they're all shut.
We gotta crack them open.
Yeah, we do. So this exhaust is from a company called JCR. I'm familiar with them because I know they made a really good exhaust for the GT3s. I really like my Dundon, but I've heard some of their setups in person, and they sound good. Dundon didn't make a setup for the Turbo S. I knew that they made nice products, watched some videos on YouTube, and they by far, at least based on my internet ear, had the best sounding exhaust. And it looked like it was really nice quality too. So I haven't opened the box yet. I've had it sitting on the shelf, patiently waiting to go in the car. I'm about to see it for the first time. So first special piece right here, not a catless downpipe. This is one of, well, I guess I didn't do catless downpipes, or no, I did on the Audi. This car, it's howling, dude. I am keeping cats on this car, both for sound and for smelliness. These cars still make a ton of power, but JCR makes a fancy race cat that will flow a lot better than the stock cats. It's a lot lighter too. Don't quote me on this. It looks like Inconel. I'm pretty sure that these are Inconel. They've got this really nice like OEM style factory heat protection too, which is very cool. Not something you get on a lot of aftermarket cats. If you aren't familiar with Inconel, it's very expensive, but it's very, very resistant to heat. So for something like a cat that's gonna get absolutely hammered with heat being right next to the turbo, it's very beneficial. Oh, interesting. It looks like it's like has some sort of ceramic coating on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
So you'll notice we have provisions for the factory valves, which is cool, but there are 0 mufflers in this system. And I was scared that the car's gonna be too loud. Part of the reason why I decided to retain some sort of catalytic converter. But they said the way that it redirects gases into these 2 smaller chambers is kind of similar to the stock system, and it helps reduce the noise drastically. I was mistaken. This center section, definitely not titanium. It's still very light. I think there are a couple different options. I think like titanium cat deletes were an option. Still a really nice piece. And then these have Inconel heat shielding. I don't believe the whole thing is Inconel, although it does look pretty shiny. It doesn't look like stainless.
Yeah, some of the welds may look like Inconel because Inconel is so dirty. So they might be Inconel. I just don't know anything about the material, so.
I imagine the welds too are underneath the shield, so.
Right.
Anyway, I go put this on now. It looks really easy. You're supposed to take the whole rear end apart, but we're gonna try to not do that and see how it works.
I'll be working on my port.
Can't wait till we have AC in the shop.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Porch, for making our cars easy to work on. Look at that. Now there's 2 bolts, and I think the whole center section will just rotate out. Hopefully. Might be easier if I take the cats out first, though, actually. I'm gonna do that. The only annoying thing I've scoped out so far is just gonna be removing the O2 sensor. It'd be nice if I could get to the plug so I could just unplug it from up top, but it's way up there. So this bolt right here was the tricky one.
Yeah, you
of not taking the bumper off.
This and leverage with a screwdriver. And
in case you're wondering. So the idea behind this was now I can rotate it, so when I pull this out, I won't have to fondle around with it.
That's your head. That's your head.
Like that. Now I can get access to the thingy.
The O2 sensor.
Yeah, I don't think before I speak.
Oh, they're loose.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dang.
Thanks, Porch. Well, wind up. Look at that.
One and done.
When are they gonna make us run these on the FD cars?
That'd be pretty restrictive right there.
Yeah. Nah. Nah.
Should get a job at Porsche, bro.
Think about the labor hours I just saved by not having to take this thing apart.
Yeah. Well, you to go south, you know where to go.
Oh, yeah. All right. So the important thing that I've been told many times is when you transfer these, they need to go to the same side, and if the orientation gets messed up, the car goes in a limp mode. Yeah, and it gets really mad. So I just got to be careful when I pull them off and just look at that.
Yep.
Cool thing is there's no real tips to line up.
Nope.
Look at that. This is what you call serviceability.
Yo,
So when
man.
I'm like, I need to make it louder and get rid of those.
Yo, I know what happens here.
What?
When the car got service,
Yeah.
they put them backwards so we don't put the cats in it.
Oh, for sure. Now Porsche's actually really cool about modding cars, unlike some dealers like Audi. Audi hates it, but yeah, no, Porsche's chill. All right, cool. So now we've realized this is titanium in the center, which I had a hunch, but they've used steel for the outside just so it's easier to make the bracket, which makes a lot of sense because this would be
Really
a
expensive.
contraption out of titanium. So it's cool though that it's all coated. I didn't know you could do it with titanium. So if we want to make life easier, I'll loosen the slip joint. That way I can. Oh, it's already all the way over to the side.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ooh, shoot. We'll rotate it up and in.
All by
That
Porsches.
was super easy.
I got all by Porsches.
So we want to, before we tighten this, we want to make sure we get this dialed. Otherwise, it'll put stress on the V-band.
Right.
So we'll tighten the V-band and then I'll tighten this bracket. Now we are going to start it up while it's still in the lift and check for any exhaust leaks. Hopefully she's good, and then we're ready to party. I was planning on spending a whole day doing this weekend, and then when I found out I didn't have to take the whole rear end apart, I was like, let's do it before lunch. Big first start, guy. Hopefully no check engine light.
Oh yeah.
Is that closed?
Oh yeah.
Huh? You're good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That thing sounds so good.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited to hit 9,000 RPM. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna just sit in parking lots and do this. Hey guys, you hear my crackles?
There's a car.
It's a good amount of pop.
Yeah.
And I'm satisfied enough to where we can go eat lunch now and then. We've mentioned it like 8 times now, so I wanted to get the specific answer, so I hit up JCR Developments about the exhaust. The cats are Inconel. The heat shielding is Inconel. The center is titanium, which we were right. The valve tip root is actually Inconel. So there's like a little bit of everything. But dude, listen to this thing. The spool down on D-cell is my favorite part.
So good.
I love the seatbelt chime. I kind of want to do a launch. Should we?
I mean, you got this really nice, convenient straight over here that
I
goes
don't
right
remember
to
what I'm supposed to do. We're
woods.
just doing it for sound purposes.
Yeah.
So I put it in drive, sport. I think this is all I need to do. Ready?
Just got this back. I hope the camera just went like this, because that's how it felt.
That's a. Whew,
Yeah.
this thing sounds sick. All right, Mike, you gotta hop out and get a little flyby action for them.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if I ever mentioned this before in the video, but I said I think that this thing launches super violently and it feels like it's literally dumping the clutch on the transmission. I now realize the transmission wasn't supposed to do that, and it doesn't do that now. It's much, much smoother. This is what I expected it to feel like. Before it was just like, douche!
Yeah.
Not good. I'm making a dust storm!
Yeah.
I love it. It's a perfect noise now. Oh, the dust. Get away. No, not in my interior.
You can see the exhaust smoke coming from the back, all heating up.
I love this thing, man. It's finally satisfying to floor. It wasn't before. What is
Yeah.
it? How did it sound from the outside?
Insane.
It
I really feel like, especially with this exhaust setup, this JCR exhaust, the clips of watching this got me hyped enough to get the car. Because these things never sound good, and I was like, man, it finally doesn't sound like that much of a vacuum cleaner. I'm pretty hyped.
Yep.
Sounds pretty sick, right?
Yeah.
I'm super happy with it.
All we hear is you upshifting through the woods.
Ready? I'm gonna do the thing.
Good thing. Are you gonna launch it?
Yeah. We are out, dude.
This
Nope.
thing's insane.
Mom with a Tesla's beating me now. Make that barrier words. I can't wait to turn traction control off and drift this thing, dude. These things drift sick. The first time I ever rode in a Turbo S, Jordan, RK Tunes, took me out in his in the rain. He's like, dude, you want to go drifting? I'm like, dude, this thing's all-wheel drive. He's like, yeah, but it drifts sick. Watch. He's like, I don't really know what I'm doing. He goes in an industrial development. He's doing like 60 miles an hour. He's like, drifting around his Turbo S. I'm like, this is like the first time I meet this guy yet. I'm like, he's crazy, but this is sick. I'm super happy with this thing, man. Now, dude, one time I had this car, I was at a stoplight, and like, I love this car and I'm very passionate about it. But you know, you get a nice guy on a bicycle, go, man, let me hear that thing, it looks sick. I rev it, he goes, is that it? I'm like, I know.
Yep.
I'm gonna rev it in here with the echo. It's gonna sound like echo.
Oh my god.
Ready?
Yep. Hell yeah.
Love this thing. I am low on fuel now. So kind of an unplanned video doing the exhaust on the car, but I'm super happy that it's done now. Left up on my list is lowering the car. I gotta do the roof rack, but I gotta coat the like carrier thing first. So I might tinker around with that some this weekend, but yeah, this was just a quick one-day video, and then I'll film a bit over the weekend, and we'll have another one on Monday with some more Turbo S stuff. And I got a drift car that showed up here that I gotta do a burnout and some drifting with, so it should be a fun next video, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a quick one. Finally getting to start enjoy this thing and use it for what I intend it to. So thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out JCR Exhaust. Their stuff's rad, and I'll see you soon.